David O'Leary. I'm on the Massachusetts chapter board for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And this, I think, is my 15th Out of the Darkness community walk. I've been here for a lot of these. And we're here raising money, raising awareness about mental health care and suicide prevention. The walk is an annual event that we do here in Boston, throughout Massachusetts. I think there's 9 or 10 different walks that we do throughout Massachusetts and throughout the country that bring together people who are impacted by suicide, either people who have lost someone to suicide, people who have struggled, maybe they're a survivor of an attempt, people who are supporting somebody who's been impacted by suicide, or people who just care about mental health and improving access to care for mental health. It's just very compelling to be able to share your story with someone who's got a similar experience and to hear them share theirs. I really do think that there's a lot more work that we could do to make it okay to not be okay, to see that if you're struggling with your mental health and you're trying to get care, that's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of strength. You know, you sprain your ankle, you have trouble with your physical health, you have no trouble going right to the emergency room, going to the hospital to get care. It should be the same way with our mental health. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. The short-term and long-term goals are to bring together people so that they can be around others who've had a similar experience, because that is tremendously empowering and really powerful for them. Fundraising for the chapter, what AFSP as a chapter and as a national organization does with the money that's raised for events like this. We provide research into mental health and suicide prevention. We're the largest nonprofit funder of research in the nation. We'll fund about $6 million in research this year alone, which sounds like a lot of money, but it's really not when you think about these big health crises that we have, you know, in the country. We also support advocacy, so we'll be in Washington, D.C. We'll be right over here on Beacon Hill working with our legislators to try to raise awareness and support program and laws basically to support mental health. We also offer a tremendous amount of support for individuals, events like this, and our Survivor Day, which is coming up in November. And finally, the event funds programs that we make available for the community. And that's really one of the long-term goals of the event, is to just get people out in the community talking about mental health, suicide prevention, so that we all know what we can do if there's somebody that we're concerned about that we want to reach out to. And the significance of Boston, it's one of our earliest chapters. It might be the oldest chapter in the organization. It was formed over 30 years ago. It's where I'm from, and I'm pleased to be involved with the organization. I've been a volunteer for about 25 years after the death of my cousin Paul by suicide, and I'm pleased to have served on the advisory council for the Boston chapter, on the board of directors. I'm pleased to have been the board chair for a number of years, and it's just an incredibly motivated community of people working to raise awareness about suicide prevention. A big hello to all of the incredible volunteers and staff who made this walk possible. We've had a couple of rainy walks in the 15 years that I've been coming doing these walks. One back in the 90s, it was raining sideways for the entire week. A little bit of rain coming down now, but this isn't bad, and you can see these people are just so committed to the work. So.